everyone, Charlene Ortiz here. I just wanted to upload a little vlog for today. For those of you that clicked on this to hear about my experience with intermittent fasting and the ketogenic diet, what I'm going to do is put a timestamp in the comments, so if you want to skip through my little vlogging section, you can go right to that part. But I just wanted to share how I've been feeling the past few days since the last time I vlogged. I'm definitely feeling better than last weekend when we had that power outage. But as far as like my fibromyalgia pain and all those symptoms, but unfortunately the past couple days I've been having a lot of upper abdominal pain, which is all, just a result of the Whipple procedure that I had when I was 11. And for those of you that don't know, I had a Whipple procedure because I had a tumor in my pancreas when I was 11 years old, and I had to have the head of my pancreas removed, my gallbladder, a portion of my small intestine, and I believe a portion of my stomach, and they basically had to rearrange me. And so I still occasionally get pain and discomfort after the surgery, even though no one can really tell me exactly why. But I have been on other websites, like I guess chat websites for people that have had Whipple procedures, and there are quite a few people that still experience a lot of pain and discomfort in that same area, and no one can really tell them why. So I'm glad at least I'm not alone. So because of that, I haven't really been eating, and when I have that pain, I have like no appetite, and I think it might be my body's way of protecting me from having any pain, because digesting food is just makes it more painful. Eating just irritates it more. So that's been very frustrating, especially like last night. I was driving and I really wanted to make it just a good night, and I had to end early because I was getting a lot of pain and cramping in my legs, and I know it's because I haven't really eaten. And it just causes just a lot of complications. I start to get more pain, more cramping, more achiness. Obviously I feel fatigued. It's difficult for me to work out. I mean, I still do work out because it's just something that I do, and it really makes a huge difference how I feel throughout the day. So I might not work out as long, as intense as I normally do when I'm not eating that much. But either way, so yeah, last night I ended up ending my night early because my legs were just giving me a lot of pain and discomfort. And it's very frustrating. It's very discouraging. Obviously, anyone with chronic illness, I'm sure, can relate. And that's one reason that people with chronic illness have a really hard time making money, and a lot of times why they might struggle financially is just because our ability to work is so limited. And when we do have symptoms that make it difficult or even sometimes impossible for us to work, it can just come out of nowhere. And so that's why I'm grateful that I'm able to do this type of job as opposed to training right now. And because with training, you like there's somebody waiting for you. You do have a schedule, even though it is flexible, but you still have a client that's there waiting for you. And if you get a flare up, or you're having a lot of pain or discomfort, you don't want to cancel on them and be unreliable because they're depending on you. So that's one reason why I prefer doing this right now instead of training. And maybe in the future I'll go back to training, but right now I really want to focus on building more of an online presence, like with my YouTube channel, my Facebook group, and all that stuff, as opposed to working in a gym facility right now. So yeah, that's been really frustrating me. And my fear is right now I'm at a weight that I feel good and confident with. And I know a lot of people would say that this is a blessing, but I do have a hard time keeping my weight up, and it's not a blessing. If I was like that just because, if I was somebody that didn't gain weight, just because that's how I was, yeah, that would be awesome. But the fact that the reason that I can't maintain my weight or even gain weight because the reason because I'm in a lot of pain. No, that's not a blessing. It's awful. It's horrible. And also, when I start to lose weight, when I get down to a certain weight, my pain levels get even that much worse. It exacerbates it, and so there's nothing wonderful about it, to be honest with you. And so yeah, that's how I've been feeling. So I mean, I have been eating, obviously, but I just been, just eating, foods that are easy to digest. My shake. I wasn't able to make my shake today because I didn't have the ingredients, and I was just too tired to go out and get them. And my husband went to the grocery this morning, and I didn't know, I was already asleep, so I couldn't ask him to get, the ingredients for the shake. But anyway, I'll make sure I do it tomorrow, because my shake really, really does help me a lot. Those nutrients, especially, in shake form, your body absorbs it much easier, much quicker. And so that's why it's very important to me that I really try to drink that every single day. And so, but yeah, so that's how I've been feeling lately, and, just trying not to get too frustrated. And because when I am in that kind of pain, especially with my pancreas or the upper abdominal pain that I have, I get irritated really easily. I get frustrated about certain things that just shouldn't frustrate me that much. And so, but yeah, it's hard, when you have chronic illness and you're in pain. It's hard to keep an upbeat attitude all the time, because you do get easily irritated, because you're in pain, you hurt. So yeah, so that was my day, and I'm gonna drive tomorrow since I didn't drive today, and hopefully get a good night's sleep. And since I haven't eaten that much the past few days, this pain should start to subside a little bit, and so I can go back to my normal eating that I do. But so on that note, that is the main reason why intermittent fasting and the ketogenic diet did not work for me. I really, really wanted it to work so badly. But when you have the type of complications that I have because of the surgery that I had, the Whipple procedure, you can't, most people do better if they eat small meals throughout the day. And with intermittent fasting, the idea is that you eat during an 8-hour time block, and then for 16 hours you fast. Or some people do 12-12. You can do that too, but the most effective way is 8-16 is the ideal way to do it. But again, you can do 12-12. And I even tried 12-12, but for me, I couldn't eat that much food in that time period, where if I tried to fast for 12 hours, I wouldn't get hungry, because the idea is that you eat a sufficient amount of food during the eating time block, so that way when you're in your fasting time block, you don't feel that hungry. You feel satiated from the food that you ate in your eating time block. And because I don't eat that much at one time, I just eat very, very small portions at a time, I was just too hungry. After a few hours, I get too hungry. So that's one reason intermittent fasting didn't work for me. And with the ketogenic diet, you're supposed to eat, the majority of your diet is supposed to be fat, and only 5% of your diet is supposed to be carbohydrates. And it's supposed to be like healthy fats, like coconut oils, avocados, stuff like that, nuts. But for me, I just, because my gallbladder has been removed, I don't have as much bile production and lipase production as the average person. Trying to eat higher fat foods, even if they're healthier fats, it just didn't work for me, because my body just has a difficult time digesting it, and it just didn't work. And also, I just need to have a diet that's a little bit higher in carbohydrates, although I think there is a tremendous amount of benefit in eating a ketogenic diet and practicing intermittent fasting. I think it really is a great way to have a nutrition plan, and to have I think it's a great way to have an eating schedule, And a lot of people do see really great results from intermittent fasting and the ketogenic diet. And there is a lot of information and evidence out there that it is very beneficial. What I am going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description below for a video of a scientist named Dominic D'Augostino, or Dr. Dominic D'Augostino, because he's a PhD. And he has done a lot of work and research with the ketogenic diet and all the benefits that it provides. And it's a 2-hour long video, but I really highly recommend that you listen to it. It's a interview on a radio talk show, so it's an interview. But I highly recommend that you do listen to it, because you will learn a lot of valuable information about that type of eating. But it doesn't work for everybody. I'm not the type of person, this is the only way to eat, and if you don't eat that way, you're gonna die in 5 years. I'm not like that at all. There's so many different ways to eat, that's still good, that's still healthy, as long as you're using common sense, of course. And you're trying to make your diet rich in nutrients, fruits and vegetables, and more complex carbohydrates, higher in fiber, healthier fats, leaner proteins, of course, drinking plenty of water. All those, basic guidelines are always going to apply no matter what nutrition plan you decide to go with, as long as it's a plan that you can stick with and will be doable for you for the rest of your life. And if you can do the ketogenic diet, and that's doable for you, if you can do intermittent fasting. Well, the thing with intermittent fasting is that you don't necessarily have to do the 8-hour, 16-hour time block every single day. You could even just do 2 or 3 days a week where you eat like that, and you will still get some benefit from it. But yeah, so again, both that the ketogenic diet plan and intermittent fasting really do provide great benefits, especially for those of us that do suffer from chronic illness. And again, I'll put a link for Dominic D'Augostino, and I'll also put another link for a video that I watched regarding intermittent fasting. But there's so much information out there. And for those of you that are considering it, I recommend that you do, just research different videos, articles, information on YouTube. Try to find, non-biased sources, and that's what I'll be linking below. But sources that really provide a lot of scientific evidence, and to really support why it's a great way, to practice your nutrition plan. So, all right, guys, well, that's about it. I really am going to make an effort to do my exercise video this week, and I am going to be driving a lot again this week, just because this past week my goal was to really, try to drive as much as possible, but I just ended up not really doing it. So this week, I'm going to try to make it a good week, but we'll see. But I'm really going to make an effort to do an exercise video for you guys, because I know it's been a long time since I've done one. So, all right, well, thanks for tuning in and just listening to me ramble, I guess. I hope that you enjoyed it. Remember to take care of yourself, protect yourself physically and emotionally, and don't forget, your health is your most valuable asset. Invest in it. Bye-bye.